Welcome to another episode of Sister Sharpens Sister. Today, we three sisters. My name is Karen, by the way. Dalena is
And
in the gray. Is that a gray shirt?
it's like grayish green.
Okay. Shalon is in the black. We all got the it's rainy or snowy. Would
Lots
you
of
like to
snow.
see what it's doing outside? Let me show you.
Yep, I figured.
That's the current weather, but that's okay. The roads are mostly clear and we've got the sidewalk shoveled, so we're good. Anyway,
Nice.
today Dalena is going to share with us a pin-worthy recipe. You want to tell us a little bit about
Well,
why you decided on this recipe and some of the things that you learned before we actually get into maybe a little bit of the history of
okay. What I'm doing?
and the
Okay.
video that you sent.
Okay. Well, one thing that I love from fast food places are their French fries. I don't think I've
Yes.
found a fast food place yet that I didn't like the fries, although some are better than others. I like all of them. And I'm like, how can you do that? How can you do that? But that's kind of like in the back of my brain. I'm not really caring about it, right? It doesn't matter. And I'm going through reels one day and I see this person saying, this is how you make fries. It's like they're from a fast food restaurant. And it had a link to a site to go to. And I can't find that site and I can't find the recipe. I think I wrote the recipe down and I've lost it somewhere. So I've basically just gone from memory on this. But it's a way to do French fries at your house and they taste an awful lot, if not exactly like what you get at a fast food restaurant.
Okay, well, let me ask a question.
Hmm.
Do you prefer French fries from a fast food place like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, or do you
Hmm.
prefer them from someplace like Bob Evans or Chili's or one of those more mid-grade kind of restaurants?
I like all of the fries, but I prefer the ones from the fast food.
Really?
Yes. Now, do
Okay.
I eat them all the time? No, I don't. I don't eat them all the time. It's
What
just
about you, Shalon?
it's a treat.
Yeah.
I also prefer them from fast food places. And on my list, Five Guys is on the top.
Oh, Five Guys, yeah. I'm kind of sad that they left Beckley.
Yeah.
Although they
Hmm.
were a little bit expensive, they were on the expensive side. You could get the small fry and feed a family of four.
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I think you get what you pay for. And I think that for the most part, their ingredients that they use are really good.
I think so too, because they were
So
actually slicing the fries right there.
right in front of you. Yep.
Yeah.
They are as fresh can be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, they did put them in a bucket and let them soak and do all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff, but you know that they were doing it on site. And I like
Yes.
Hmm.
the fact that they had the sign up that said, "Today your fries are from, I don't know, Boise, Idaho,
Yeah.
or somewhere in
Wherever,
Wisconsin." Yeah.
yeah, wherever the potatoes came from.
I mean, I like that idea. It's kind of neat because
Yeah.
people need to be connected to where their food comes from.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. People should know that and understand that, a chicken wing is from a chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
All right. So, what did you do to get
Okay.
started, Dee Dee?
Once I had the recipe and everything, you got to make sure you have everything that you need, right? So, I mean, of course, you're going to need potatoes because you're going to be frying potatoes. And what I used were three potatoes because I wasn't fixing them for a whole bunch of people.
All
So
right. And three
I
potatoes would feed how many?
that three potatoes fed me and our mother, and then we had leftovers enough for us. It was two more servings.
Okay. So, it would have fed four
So
people, probably.
yes, but it
Okay.
depends on how big of a serving you want, but and
Okay.
then how big the potatoes are. Sean's got a question.
I do. What kind of potato did you use?
Russet potatoes.
Okay.
Yes. I do not, I cannot imagine using any other kind of potato other than a russet potato for it.
Well, yeah, I was just curious because I've gotten to where if I make mashed potatoes, I use the
Hmm.
gold potatoes. I don't use anything else.
Right. Oh yeah, those are good. Yeah, for
So
sure. And you know what? And
yeah,
I've actually thought about those, but not for fries. If you've got like a slicer where you can slice those thin like potato chips,
like a
I'll
gratin.
bet you dollars to donuts you could use this recipe and make potato chips that taste like they come from a manufacturer.
Mm. Okay.
It's a good
I bet
idea.
they would. Very
I've
similar
actually
to
got
it.
some golden potatoes. Shalon, the potato salad that we brought over,
Was
uh, I used the golden potatoes.
I noticed I saw the skin still on them.
Yeah, I was a little pressed for time, so I didn't want to have to peel potatoes.
Had a
I
horrible
leave
thought.
pills on a lot of potatoes. Yeah. So yeah. So okay. So you need your potatoes, russet potatoes, however many you want. Um, oil, and I use about a quart of oil for when I was cooking it. A little more, a little less, but you're
I
gonna adjust your oil depending on how many potatoes you have and how big your pot is. And we'll talk about the dangers of this here in a minute.
Okay.
Salt, but you don't salt
She
it while you're cooking it.
she is so
What?
tickled. What is she so?
I'm so tired.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm so tickled
Shalon's gonna
because
sleep through the. She's gonna sleep through the press, and she's gonna forget something.
I yeah, sorry. The girls had a
No,
snow
you
day
can't.
today. So we finished the Stranger Things series last night and I didn't get to bed till like 1 o'clock.
Oh
So
my
I'm
gosh.
tired.
Yes.
Um, but I just got tickled at myself because I told Karen that she left the skin on and then I thought she had uncircumcised potatoes.
That just came out my nose.
Okay, so Shalon is at the goofy stage of being tired.
Slap happy.
Yeah. Okay. Salt for when they're done, so you can salt them if you want. You're going to need knives, and I used a paring knife and a chef's knife. You can also use a sentoku knife, or if you have like a mandolin and a French fry cutter, those are great too.
What
What
kind
kind of
of a
knife?
knife?
I think it's sentoku. I don't know. It's Santoku. It's the knife that has all the little like ridges in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called other things too,
Are they
but the
like
little
little
ridges.
ovals?
Yeah, the little
Okay.
ovals help keep the food from not sticking to the knife.
Not with mine.
So
But
yes, you can use knives or you can use equipment like a mandolin and a French fry cutter. And I have those here in the house, but I just grab the knives and work. It's just faster than pulling it out and then cleaning it. Knives are easier and faster to clean. Okay, you need a container and you need one that's large enough to hold your potatoes and your peels, and it needs to have a lid, and they need to be covered completely in water. So it has to be large enough to do all of that. You need a cook pot. You need it large enough to hold the oil and have several inches left on the top between the top and the oil. So you also going to need a slotted spoon or what's called a spider strainer, which is kind of like that little spoon I used. Or
Okay.
you can just use a slotted spoon. I use tongs. Not everybody uses tongs. And the videos I've watched of people doing these, I don't think I've ever seen anybody use tongs, but I use them. And as we're going through the video, I'll explain what I use them for. And if you've got a deep fryer, you've got a basket you can use, and you may be able to get those baskets to go in whatever size pot you've got. That would be great. If you do, that'd be something great you could use instead of a spoon or whatever. You're gonna need paper towels or something to put the potatoes on once they're cooked, and you also need to dry them. And we'll talk about all those details in a minute. You're going to need trays or plates or something to put the paper towels on to hold the fries. And if you don't already have it in your kitchen, it might be a good idea to have something near you in your kitchen to suppress fire.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. You can buy those baskets on Amazon. It's called a deep fry basket.
Okay. That's great. If you're going to be doing this a lot and not just this, you could use it to fry up all kinds of things.
Yeah.
hmm
I was just curious.
I learned that it's a good idea to have something to hold the phone for you or someone who can hold it for you who knows how to hold it and how to work it and how to, okay? Because I've got the device that you hook on a table and it holds your phone.
She's also got the person that can do it, but I'm not really sure that she can out operate.
Yeah. So, because yeah, I did. My mom helped me out on doing some of it. She held it for me, but she was like stone cold frozen like this. She didn't follow me, my movements or anything. So it was funny. But I'm not blaming her. You know, I didn't give her instructions. She's never done it before. She did a great job. And when I was holding it myself, I did similar things. Now I've
Yeah.
got the device that you hook to the table and it holds it above it. And I was hooking it to the counter beside the stove, but it was kind of wobbly. And I was like, I don't need this. It would be funny, but it's all I need is for this thing to collapse and my phone to fall right in the cooking oil.
I was going to say,
No.
and you start frying your phone.
Yes. So if you are going to hold it or whatever you're doing, keep an eye on your screen. Don't just go back and forth like this and not watch your screen. You need to keep an eye on your screen. Um,
Yeah, you might be
and also,
filming like over there.
yeah, you might be filming just the black glass top stove instead of actually filming what you're doing. So it's a good idea to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Um, and it's also a good idea to keep an eye on it closely because if you do a little bit of a zoom in because you think it's a good idea to get a little bit of a close up on cutting up the potatoes, you have to remember to zoom back out. So if you don't do that, it's going to make things look a little funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I learned a lot just doing this one thing, and those are pointers I'm going to give anybody who's never done it.
I
These
think
are
it's great
pointers
information.
to give you. So yeah,
But this was just a little glimpse of Dalena in the kitchen, right? This was real
yeah,
life.
it's real life. There's nothing polished. It's just me doing my thing, I guess you could say.
A raw footage.
Yes.
Raw footage. There you go. Are you waiting on me? Are you done?
Oh, me? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you. I was just clicking things off that I've taken
Just
care of, so it's no biggie.
thought you were looking for something.
No.
Well, I can't really call this research because the only thing I did was typed into Google history of the French fry and I went to Wikipedia. And this is what Wikipedia has to say about the French fry. The etymology of French
Mhm.
fry. So in the United States and most of Canada, the term French fries or French fried potatoes refers to like fries you would get at McDonald's, right? Like the ones
Mhm.
that Delena did. It's a julienne cut. Julienne? Julienne. How you say that?
Julianne,
Julian.
I think.
Cut potato. And then it's deep fried. Now in Great Britain, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, parts of Africa, they actually use the term chips. And you've
Yes,
probably
they
heard
do.
of fish and chips,
Yes.
but
Mhm.
their chips are more like steak fries here in the United States.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now in 1802, Thomas Jefferson had potatoes served in the French manner at the White House at a dinner that he was serving. And the word French fried potatoes first occurred in print in English in 1856 in a cookbook by a lady named Eliza Warren. And the cookbook was called Cookery for Maids of All Work. I'm just going to say that French fries, as we know them, and fried potatoes of any kind have probably been around since man has dug them out of the ground, chopped them up, and put them in oil to eat.
Mhm.
So, where they originate from is really a mystery, but there's an argument between France and Belgium.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I was just curious about the French fry. It's like, how long have we been eating it here in the United States? And French fry we've been having since 18 whatever I said, 1802. But the way they fixed them, here's what I wanted to say because you said you used a russet potato. The
Mhm.
directions in that cookbook called for new potatoes to be sliced thinly
Mhm.
and fried in lard
Mhm.
until crisp and brown on both sides. Then to remove it from the oil and drain.
Yep, let's play. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, we're getting our cutting board ready, and so you can see my shadow, right? So sorry about that. Like I said, I had a lot to learn. There's my potatoes, and I used 3 of them. They're decent sized potatoes.
I
You
see
pick
they're all
whatever size you
relatively the
got, I
same
suppose.
size.
They are. So, okay. So what you're gonna do is I scrubbed them beforehand, right? I scrubbed them up and stuff, and I didn't show myself doing that for it, but I had a little brush. Now I'm using the knives. I'm showing the knives that I used: a paring knife and a chef knife. There's a chef knife. Back to the paring knife. Now I'm gonna peel the potatoes. And of course, if you're good with the potato peeler, you can use a potato peeler. I'm not really good with the potato peeler because I sling
Yeah.
them all over the place, and the potato peeler thing moves around, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not any good at that. So when I peel potatoes, this is how I do it.
Same.
Now, do not
Same.
throw away these potato skins. Keep them. Don't even put them aside for your composting. Save them. Put them in your dish. Now, the dish you're going to need 1 or 2 dishes. Okay. Either glass or plastic that has a lid. It has to be big enough to hold your fries and or your peels both together or 2 separate. And you have to cover it completely with water, completely covered with water, and then put a lid on it. There are some recipes that will tell you for the water part of it to add salt. Some say add baking soda. Some say add salt and white vinegar. Some say add salt, sugar, and a bouillon cube. The very first recipe I saw for this didn't put anything in the water. So you can do any of those other things. And you can go find all kinds of things online about people putting those things in it. Now, I will tell you that what I read was salt, a little bit of sugar, and a bouillon cube makes them taste more like McDonald's.
Bouillon cube?
Yes, a beef bouillon cube.
Beef bouillon cube makes it taste more like McDonald's. Okay.
Yes, the beef bouillon cube with salt in the water and a little bit of sugar. All right, now we're going to cut the potatoes. Okay, be careful, don't cut yourself. Now you want to cut them into about a 1/4 inch slices. Roughly, you're not going to get 1/4 inch all the way around, and even if you use a mandolin, you're going to have little pieces that are not the right size. Don't throw those away. Keep them. They're going to fry up really good. They're going to be nice and crunchy, almost like the shoestring potatoes we used to eat as kids.
Yeah.
And then you're going to slice them again. You're going to slice them like so, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to stick to your knife. Pick them off of there. We're just doing that, getting them into roughly equal size pieces. And I use the end ones because the end ones are small.
Yeah.
But I still cut them and I still use them because those are really good. Trust me,
Yeah.
those are really, really good.
I mean, I paused it here because I noticed that you're
Uh-huh.
not using the cutting board that you dropped on your foot.
No, I'm not. I am not. I am under strict orders from Dr. Mother. Do not pick up that cutting board. Do not move that cutting board. So no. Now, okay, here I'm. Now try to remember to wash off the potatoes after you cut them. Before you cut them up, after you peel them, wash them off with water. Okay. And I like to cut the peels into manageable size pieces and just instead of having a long peel, I cut them up into
Right.
manageable size pieces. And yeah, those are going to be yummy.
Yeah. It makes them a uniform size. They probably cook more evenly that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what we're doing here is put everything in your dish. And I've put both peels and potatoes in the same dish. Usually I separate them out, but it was a new thing, so I just put them all in the same one. And then you're going to put water on them, cover them in water. In there now, you're going to see here in a minute, I'm going to lift them up, and the water is going to turn like a whitish color, you can see
Milky
the
kind
color.
of.
Yeah, like a milky color. You see how that looks?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have it and it looks like that, when I very first put the water on them, I dump the water out and put more
Okay.
water in.
So this is
Okay.
basically
Now,
just another rinse, right?
yes. So now the recipe that I remember this from did not dump them out and put more water in. They just put the water in and put it in the fridge. And
Okay.
I've done that and they're fine like that. But since I've done it a few times, I like to dump out the water, and you can use a colander for this instead of your hand. I just do it.
Yeah.
So now it seems that the dish I picked, the lid doesn't work exactly like it's supposed to. So I have a little bit of trouble getting the lid to fasten. But once I get it on there and secured, you're going to take it and you're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. Okay. Yes, this is the next morning. So you're going to pull them out, and the water is not as milky as it was before, but you can see it is a little bit milky.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to dump them out, or not the potatoes, the water. You're going to get rid of the water.
So now
Okay,
you
so we're
dump
draining the
this water. I
water.
wonder if that water would be good for your plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of your vegetable water, they say, is good for your plants.
Mm-hmm. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our potatoes and our skins and put them out put them out on an already prepared tray or plate with paper towels on it, and you're going to get them as dry as you can. They're not going to be completely dry because potatoes naturally have water in them, right? So, but you're gonna use a paper towel or a towel, whatever you have, and pat them dry. Get them as dry as you can, because anybody that's ever cooked anything in hot oil, if you put water in that hot oil, yeah, it's not good. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, you're going to have your pot, and I didn't show. I just put the oil in the pot. I didn't show it. So it's probably best before you start anything, put your oil in your pot and put it on the stove and let it start cooking or heating up.
Now, what did you do that like on high, or did you do it like a medium high or a medium
Well,
heat?
the first fry, because there's two fries to this. Okay, we're going to fry them one time and let them cook partially, kind of like a parboil, only we're frying them. And then we're
Right.
going to fry them a second time. On the first fry, you're going to want it at 325 degrees. Now, okay.
And it's
There it
just a
is.
couple of inches deep, that oil.
Yeah, it's basically a quart, so it's maybe a couple of inches deep, because you want enough space left, like maybe
It's going to expand.
yes, because when you put your potatoes in there, you're going to see it's going to start boiling and it starts fires. So
Yeah.
you want to be careful. You don't want that to happen.
Now, I
Okay,
do know
so here
too,
we're
when
just
you're using a thermometer, you don't want to put that against the bottom of your pan. You kind of
no,
want to hold it in
no.
the middle of the oil.
Now we're
See,
putting the
there's the
potatoes
boil.
in. Yeah, this is our first fry. See, if we had too much oil in that or a smaller pot, that could possibly boil out and cause a fire. So be careful with that. I
Yeah.
place them in gently with my hands. You can use a tool. You can use tongs. You can use your spider strainer, however you want to do it. If you want to put them in your basket and then lower your whole basket in your oil, whatever you want to do, you're going to put them in. Once you get them in, they're going to cook for around 3-ish, 4-ish minutes or so.
Okay.
Okay, because your temperature is pretty hot, so it won't take them long. And the more you put in, the longer it will take. Now, here's the thing. Since they're not in a basket, those fries, some of them are resting on the bottom of that pot. So I keep an eye on them and stir them up and mix them up to help keep them from burning. Once they start to get a little bit flexible, not cooked, but being just slightly,
Mm-hmm.
you want to take them out. Once you do your first fry, you pull them out, you lay them on a tray similar to what you had to drain the water, and you let them cool. Now, some people in some videos, they tell you to put them in the refrigerator for a while. You can do that. That's not a bad idea. But I watched one that said freeze them for an hour, and I said no. You take something frozen and drop it in hot oil, do you know what's going to happen?
Yeah. I've done that.
Don't do it. I do not recommend doing that. If somebody out there wants to try it, or if they see whoever's video that was and they like the idea, you do your thing, do whatever you want. I will not be doing that.
Right. Just make sure you got a fire extinguisher handy. There's a reason
Yes.
why there are horror stories about deep frying a turkey.
Yes. Yeah, the second fry. Once they're cool, and you'll be able to tell if they're cool because you'll be able to pick them up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And of course you can put them in by hand, or you can put them use a tool to put them in the oil. I just use my hand. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm checking them to see if they're done or not. See how I'm putting it against it, and I don't know if you can see how they're slightly bending.
Yeah, I can actually.
And it depends on how many you have in there, because you may pick some out that bend pretty easily and some that don't.
Okay.
Because your second fry, you're going to want
Oil.
it to be 400 degrees.
So the oil on your second fry needs to be 400.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see this is what they call dirty oil. Okay. When I first poured it in the pan, you could see little flakes in it. It
Yeah.
had been used before.
Okay.
Your fries will brown faster if you've got what they call dirty oil.
Really?
Yeah, that's what somebody said in a video I watched.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So now we're putting in, looks like for our second fry. Now see how those are bubbling up and stuff?
You're getting nice and brown.
Yeah, now see, now I'm using the spider strainer because I don't need to check to see how done they are.
Yeah, okay. So you're just waiting for the color to be right in this second fry.
Well, they do have to cook because they're not completely cooked, but at such a
Okay.
high temperature, it doesn't take long for that cooking to finish. But you do
Okay.
need to keep an eye on them to make sure they're not going to get too dark.
Okay.
And I stir them because, you know, I don't use a basket, so some of them are resting on the bottom, and I'm always afraid they're going to burn. But you see how they're darkening up?
Yeah.
And they're starting to look like fries from a fast food restaurant now, aren't they?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good.
So you scoop those out and put them on another paper towel on another tray or another plate, and you're going to let them drain. Now I think we're frying up double the second fry for the skins, it looks like. Okay, so the skins are done, and I've already taken care of removing the potatoes that had already been done, the fries. Be really good. All right.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was good, Dee Dee. I appreciate you showing that because actually, I think one day this week, I want to do something like hot dogs or brats or something like that. And that sounds good to have with those.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good for dogs or burgers or
Yeah.
I'm glad to watch it too because I had suggested it because when you first laid out this process, I was like, I am never going to do that. That seems too complicated. But then I was like, well, I'm very visual, so let me see it, and
Yeah.
then you won't be so scared of it.
yeah.
Right.
The-
And it's
It,
really
it
not a hard process.
no,
It
it's
ain't,
not
no.
hard. No, there's a few steps to it, and you do need to keep an eye on them, you know, because seriously, if you got a basket, that's heaven because they're not going to be touching the bottom of your pot. At
If
Yeah.
least
you're
I don't
frying
think they would
anything, you
be.
need to be paying attention.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
this is true. Okay, that's it, and that's the way I like to make French fries at my house, and they taste really good. Taste a lot like what you're going to get from fast food restaurants. So give it a try. And
I
there's
will.
all kinds of things you can find online that can give you like creative ideas of way to flavor the fries if you want.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we thank you. Yeah,
Flavor them
making
up
yummy,
like
right?
Five Guys.
Yeah. So yeah, we thank everybody for tuning in and watching or listening, and we hope to see you next time. And next week we'll be doing a topic of we call first one thing then another, where all three of us just find things that we find interesting and we talk about them.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Subscribe and like and comment and do all the stuff.
Yeah, do all the stuff.
All right, guys. I love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.